Peace and praise, blessed ones, peace and praise. This is Blair, your care bear. No hair, don't care. All faith, no fear. Welcome to the vibe. Thank you for joining me today. This is episode 1000 and whatever it is, because I just be talking. Sometimes I just be talking. Sometimes I don't have much to say. Sometimes I have a lot to say. Sometimes I have little to say, but I always have something to say. So I do appreciate those who have been loyal and dedicated to the podcast. For those who are fans of podcasts, fans of me, supporters of me, I have something very special for y'all. I thank God for you all. I thank God for your support. I thank God for your love. And even though you don't share it, I still appreciate you. You will be rewarded in heaven. But the blessing that I have for y'all today is more lessons. Learning is one of the most important things that you can do in life. But I'm gonna get right into it because I know last episode, I was talking about time traveling. I was on TikTok, we're talking about the attractions and things, and I wanna add more to that because I forgot to say this before. Because we all know beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and of course, the eyes are the window to your soul. So I want to keep this in mind because again, our heart is more deceitful before above all things. Because one thing it is that our eyes are connected to our minds, and a lot of times the things that we think we know, we take to heart. So it's like if your brain dead, you are dead. Your heart can still be beating, and but if your brain dead, your heart is beating. So you gotta think about that, where it's like sound mind, sound consciousness, and everything. So think about it as if you see an attractive person, me as a man. So it's like if like when I see an attractive woman, I believe in love at first sight, and because I believe in God, a lot of times I'm like, all right, this is good. But again, we have lustful spirits and temptations. Everybody that you're attracted to doesn't necessarily mean that they are for you. But I want to ask, what is attraction? Is attraction a distraction? Or is attraction an attachment? When you think of attraction, you think of something that will grab your attention. It's like if you go to a city, me living in Virginia, North Virginia, Virginia Beach area, the attraction in the Hampton Roads area would be the Rivers Casino now, would be the beach now, would be the dome now. So there's a lot of other things, there's a lot of attractions in a lot of cities. I haven't been everywhere around the states, I haven't been everywhere in the world, but I remember when I went to Hawaii, it's been probably over 10 years now. But I remember when we went to I went with my father and the family, and we stayed at the Colina Beach Resort, a beautiful resort, man. I swear it was beautiful, man. Like I never stayed at a resort before. I mean, of course, we still had to pay for the meals and stuff. Like we went out, went around, but the attraction, one of the main attractions at in Hawaii, we was in Honolulu, was the Polynesian Center. And what the Polynesian Center is, it's like a cultural like a cultural, like it's very cultural. Like they have shows there because we went to Luau where they had the shows. You know, they have different things that goes on at the Polynesian Center. You know, you learn about the Hawaiian cultures, like the Tahitis, the Fiji. Like it was cool. It was cool. Like I wish I had taken pictures, but yeah, so that's an attraction, something that can entertain and grab your attention, something that is for that's a sight to see. So relationship wise, dating wise, personal interests, when it comes to people, when you see an attractive person, you are interested in them because they are attractive. They can have a nice body, they can have tattoos, piercings that might be appealing to you. And that, it piques your interest. And sometimes that's when you get distracted, because one thing I've always said, God knows our heart, but look, the devil knows your patterns. The devil knows the certain things, so he will try to distract you from your purpose. The devil will try to grab your attention to lust over someone because you like them or you're attracted to them. And even with the attachment, where if you're attracted to somebody, like for me, I'm somebody who get attached quick. Like if I'm attracted to you, or if I like you into some degree, and we communicate and we're talking, I'm gonna get attached quick, because it's like, oh yeah, I don't like I'm a very gullible, naive individual sometimes. Like if you give me, because again, I'm just a normal dude. Like you don't have to give me no type of like time of day. So a lot of times and this is where my flaw comes in. At is you can talk to me, we can be vibing, we can be like, I'm always going to show up as a friend, but when we start talking about certain things and we haven't really necessarily established a friendship yet, or if you already know what my intentions are, if you are aware that I'm interested in you romantically, and we start talking about what we want in a partner, what we want in life and stuff, that's me getting to know you. Like I want to know you. Like I get attached quick because again, I'm very sensitive. I'm very, I'm a sucker for romance. I'm a sucker for love. So it's like, hey, I'm trying to build. And it's just kind of like, when you're building something with someone, or even if you're building something in your life, you get attached to it because you take pride in it. Like when you feel like you've done work, when you've done the work, just kind of like learning about something, or taking the steps to get more information. Like I know for me, I'm like, look, I didn't spend time with this person, whether on the phone or personally. I didn't ask you questions. I done done things because I'm attracted to you. I like you. I'm interested in you. I want to build a foundation with you. And I said this on a lot of episodes about, how I deal with rejection, about how I deal with, women. As much as I respect women, I can have some resentment towards them sometimes, because for me as a man, I'm not a hater, but again, it's like, all right, if you're not attracted to me the same way I'm attracted to you, and I said this before, for me, in my case, a woman might have to be more interested in me than I am in them. But the thing with me is, like, when I'm interested in a woman, I'm interested in a woman. Like I will travel across the country, across the world to get to you. Like I've had been single for a while now, and I've been attracted to a lot of women, but there might be maybe a couple that I've seen myself, or I will go across, like I will go here for that. And that's just me being honest. It's not me being a snake, it's not me being a dog, because like thing is, like when you're single and you have a intention or interest with somebody, you have to, it's like, okay, it's a pick of the litter. Like you can't, like you're not trying to, like you're not, like I'm not a liar. So if I see somebody that I'm interested in, or if I see somebody that I like, I say, okay, yeah, you're pretty, you're a beautiful woman. you know I want to get to know more about you. You can be in New York, you can be in Atlanta, you can be in California, you can be in Michigan, you can be in all these different places. Like if you're somewhere that I can get to, like if it doesn't take me the day to get to you, or maybe even if it does take a day, but if I can, like if it doesn't take, if it's like if I'm just getting on one plane to get to you, or if I can drive to you in less than 15 hours, be good. But like I said, you have to come correct with people. And like I said, this episode isn't really nothing like about nothing more than just the power of beauty, the power of attraction. Because me as a man, I've been married before. I've done the whole relationship, life partner thing, and I enjoyed it. I loved it. That's my bag. That's where I see myself. Like my first marriage didn't last. Me and my ex-wife still have a pretty decent relationship, but I don't like. I want to be married again, but I feel like this time around, me and my partner, because again, me and my ex-wife was on the same page, but I think me and my partner needs to be a little bit more strict and stern in the relationship that we have, right? So if we both see ourselves getting married with one another, we have to drop. Yeah, we have to drop the distractions. And like I said it before, like if you're in a relationship with somebody, or if you're married to somebody and you find somebody else attractive, you can it can be a distraction. It can be an attachment, because it's like it's a mental thing where it's like, man, there's gonna be other attractive people, and there's more, like your significant other isn't the only good looking person in the world, and that's just the reality of it. So in retrospect, what I'm trying to tell y'all is this: don't be deceived by the distractions, and anticipate the don't don't anticipate the attachments. If you find somebody attractive, you don't have to always like say, you don't have to pursue your ego, you don't have to flee your flesh. You can see somebody that's attractive, but it's like, say, if you're in a relationship, if you already have a solid foundation with somebody, and you find somebody attractive, say, okay, it's cool. It's just like you going shopping. Like, okay, if I might have on a nice red suit, and it's a little bit different because it's a attire, but it's like I'm not gonna take off my red suit, go in the store, and buy this blue suit because it looks good. I said, oh yeah, I think I'll look good on it. I'll buy it later. But when it comes to people, it's not, oh, I'm gonna get their number and I'll contact them later. But the thing is, we have to have these type of conversations, because this is the real. This is reality. Because if y'all not having these conversations, it's gonna be bottled up in your mind. It's gonna be bottled up in your heart, and then you might have to end up acting on it. And that's the reality of certain things. Like for me, somebody who's an advocate for faithfulness. And again, I wasn't faithful in my marriage for at a point. But the thing is, it's who I am to my core. Like I have God, I have the Lord in my heart. I said I tell you all the time I was dead wrong. But like I said, who I like when I recognized that I had an issue or a problem, I had asked God to remove it, to eliminate it out of my spirit. Because I'm a man, a heterosexual straight man. I love art. I love women, and I love beautiful women. And to me, beautiful woman is a work of art. Like you can be light skinned, dark skinned. Like I seen some attractive Caucasians as well, but again, I'm for my sisters. But the thing about it is, I am very stern and very strict over here where I'm at. So again, with the attractions, you're either gonna get attached or you're gonna be distracted. Sometimes you just have to just chill. Just like you can look, but don't touch. You can feel away, but you don't have to always act on those feelings. And I said this in my book, and I know even like my friend told me, sometimes you just have to be hungry. So like I said, like if you have a high sex drive and you see an attractive person and you're in a relationship, or whether you're not in a relationship, you might just have to be horny, or like I said, and this is gonna sound nuts. You see an attractive person, you're in a relationship. Not saying visualize or imagine that the person you're seeing is your partner, but if there's somebody that's attractive and let's say they happen to turn you on, because there are some creepy people out here. I didn't been turned on by just looking at somebody. Like I said, I believe in love at first sight. But if you've been having to be turned on, you better use that attraction and take it out on your partner. Like you have to reduce that lustful spirit. And again, I'm an advocate for marriage, holy matrimony. You don't have to lay sleep with everybody that you date. You don't have to sleep with everybody you're in a relationship with. But when you're married, when y'all have a foundation, when y'all have a real relationship, and y'all decide y'all want to spend the rest of your lives together, then that's when things can need. It's gonna have to get serious. Make that you gotta commit yourself. You and your partner should commit yourselves to the Lord and bring y'all together in union. Because like I said, it's a lot, man. Like sex, lust, temptation, attraction, physical appealment. Like it's a real thing. Because again, we're single, we're dating, we're in relationships, and we have needs. A lot of like I don't think there's a lot of older versions. I mean, there's a lot of older versions, but it's like if you've experienced sex before, that's like a really strong spirit to detach from. If you become abstinent, if you become celibate, it's hard. Like I was, and I'm not even going to say I'm not going to tell the girl business, but I'll tell you this: I've had experience so many different women, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Like women are so fragile, and I had been attracted to multiple women at the same time, and I even dated, and I even spent quality time with them around in the same time frame. But the thing that I have never done is I never slept with multiple people around the same time. Cause like when I was involved with a young lady and we used to spend a lot of time together. It'd be almost like every day or every other day. We used to work together and stuff, but the thing is, I undervalued myself because I was just head over heels. Like I'm like, oh man, you're giving me attention, and like I said, she like to me, I was attracted to her. Like I said, I'm not one of those people who say, yeah, you got to be a 10. Not saying that they're a 10, but like I was attracted to her. We was like cool. Like she was real cool. She was doing things she made it easier for me. Is all I'm gonna say. I didn't have to do a lot, and in the position I was in at the time, it was like, man, I'm not able to do too much. But the thing is that I undervalued myself. I was just accepting just because somebody was doing things for me. I wasn't setting boundaries. I wasn't setting standards. And then even with the young lady who again, I had, had a relationship with like for multiple years, you know, we had a thing. And like I said, I loved her to death as well. But like I said again, I was just accepting whatever it was. And the thing about me and her was like, I don't know if she was attracted to me or not, but I was attracted to her in a different way because like, we had such a history and I was attached to her and it was hard to remove it. Or even just as late, another woman that's in my life, we friends, we had relationship, we had we went out recently, but um, like I fall in love with like almost every woman I deal with, whether it's sexually, whether it's emotionally or whatever, but it's like I fall in love. Like I'm ready to be like get like I fall in love but like I said again, everybody we that I fall in love with doesn't necessarily mean that I want to marry them. And that's the thing, like for me, it's kind of where the woman that I see myself marrying are the women who we were like I don't see I I want to respect their union, so I'm not going to talk much about it. But there was a woman that I seen myself with. It didn't work out. She's married now, so God bless her. And even with another woman who's married now, same thing. But it goes back into where it's like God knows the type of woman that's ideal for me. So even when I'm talking to like my friends about certain things, I'm like, yeah, I have a preference, but my preference isn't my requirement. I can want somebody, but I don't need this person. And me as like a very intentional person, I feel like whoever your kingdom spouse is, whoever your one is gonna be, y'all need each other. So I'm not gonna, if you're a woman and you don't need me and I don't need you, or if I need you but you don't need me, or if you need me and I don't need you, then there's a disconnect there. But just to to sum it all up, man, I'm tired. I don't even know what I'm saying, but I just want to say your eyes gets intertwined with your mind. So if you see someone attractive or if you're attracted to something, your mind is automatically going to think that, oh, yeah, I want this. I like this. I like what I see. I want to give me more. I want more of it. So that's pretty much all it is. And then like once you convince yourself that there's a possibility, it's gonna get into your heart. And we already know like the things that we do, we're not gonna do anything that's not in our heart. But again, we have to flee from the flesh. Difficult is not impossible. Stay safe, prosperous, productive, positive. One.